So, want to introduce yourself, Mister
Yeah,
Escape Land?
my name that's me. My name is Matthew Combs. I was a competitive gamer for a long time and then did a bunch of work in game design from about 2018 to 2021 for a very prominent Japanese-based game company that has a lot of IPs that they've done games for before. Uh, in addition to that, I've been a huge fan and player of the Dragon Ball Super card game. I did that and was a huge content creator in that for a good period of time, and I really enjoyed that space and then ultimately decided to kind of break out on my own and do some game design stuff. And I had a game before this, which was Runes of Eid, which was like a pet project of mine, which I basically just wanted to make a better version of all the games that I played. And I think I accomplished that, like in my opinion, it's what mattered to me, like it mattered to me that it felt better. And then I wanted to design a game that my wife would enjoy. My wife's not an avid card game enthusiast, and so I gave myself the challenge, and that's kind of how we got to where we are now.
That's awesome because I play a lot of card games with my daughter. She's 7, so there's certain things that I won't play just because she doesn't like it, or like the
Yeah.
old MetaZoo. She just was too complex for her, so we played a new one. So I definitely understand that. And who put me on to you is Miss Jet Yates. I saw her at the Legends Con in Philly, and I was like, I
Mhm.
think I saw your artwork in a card game, and I was like, can you tell me more about it? And she said, those guys are incredible. You should talk to them. So she definitely talked well about it. So how did you guys link up?
Well, uh, I so the MetaZoo game itself, right? The original game, like I wasn't into the actual like playing the game itself, but I was always really into was I really liked the aesthetic of the game a lot. Like I enjoyed the artwork and the things they put into it. And so when I was started working on my game, I wanted to go after a similar aesthetic just because I thought it fit the nature of what I was trying to accomplish. And I saw a lot of her work and was just a huge fan and I thought it would be a really great fit and I just took a shot. I sent a DM on Instagram and she replied and that's kind of just like how it all started. When I talk to people, they always are they're always like really surprised that like I've been able to get in touch with her 'cause she's incredibly busy.
Yeah.
Um with multiple games and all these projects she works on. So like honestly, it was just a stroke of luck. I got very very fortunate to be able to work with her and she's been awesome. I think probably one of the coolest things about the Escape Land art is I'm not an art director by any means. So I design cards. Like that's what I'm good at doing is designing cards, designing game systems and mechanics. So all of the critters, their art, that's all straight from her brain. Like that's she created those and then I just put them where I thought that they belonged based on the different card effects and things like that. So that's probably one of the coolest things about it is like Escape Land's kind of been like this giant canvas that she's gotten to paint with her own direction. So that's like probably one of the coolest things about it.
That's what she said too. She said that she was really excited because she got to design it. You gave her a lot of freedom, and as an artist myself, I mean, I'm not like nowhere near
Yeah.
yet, but just being an artist, I know that hey, when you're given certain parameters and you just say, hey, go what's best, and just do your thing, and you're given like limited parameters, you make your best work. When you're under
Yeah,
duress, or if you're under a whole bunch of different parameters or different details, and it has to be very specific, then it's kind of harder to do the best work that you can do. So she's super excited because of that.
awesome. Well, yeah, no, like I said, I'm super thankful too. We still haven't we've been previewing cards, but we still haven't gotten to like some of the best pieces that we have. I know the one that's caught in fire has been the crypt tag art, which is like one of the fabled rares that we showed off. It's like one of those full art ones. It's very beautiful. And that's kind of become like the mascot of the set so far, but we still have a lot coming that people will be really excited about. So I'm excited to show that stuff off.
So I know you have a website. You can tell me the website in a second. I'd like to know what you have already. Do you have? I know you have decks are out, but are they like alpha decks? Are they samples, or are they refined? Can you just tell us on where you're at in the process?
Yeah. So actually, funnily enough, I just sent off the booster set print file to the printer today to order samples for the booster product. The booster product is done. Like I'm fairly certain there's not going to be any late game chart card changes or anything like that. So the file is done, art's done, all the card designs are done. So that piece is ready. Um, the quick escape prototype decks that I currently have on the Game Crafter. They are true prototypes, but those actually will end up becoming a product, because quick escape is meant to be an abbreviated format of the game. I think it's a great way to introduce people and get people to play it really quickly. And it's great for you being able to just try and learn about the game, in 5-10 minutes that you have available. And those decks are 100% finished as well. I'm just finalizing the print files for those, and then those will end up going to the main printer as well to get samples. So the set is 100% designed.
Oh, great. I mean, that's one of the things that interested me is that it's it's not like a marathon kind of game. I mean, I was into
No,
Dragon Ball Super as well because like the
yeah,
fast paced nature of that. There's some games that you playing for 2-3 hours and you're just like, oh man, could you just beat me at this point? So I like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
being older now and having a young daughter. It's like I need like a quick game. I can't be playing till 2 o'clock in the morning anymore. Those the 20s are long gone.
No, I learned that, like, as time has gone on, I used to be really into, like, high complexity games. Like, I really used to enjoy those, like, just those sweaty games where you're just, like, grinding for an advantage every single turn, and it's a back and forth, and it lasts forever. But then as I've gotten to the stage I am now, it's like, I really just appreciate a game that you can just, like, sit down and play, like, 10 games in an hour. Like, and just have a good and different experience every single time. And that's been neat because sharing this game with my wife, who's like, I joke that she's the number one ranked player in the world, because like, she technically is, because she's learned the game so quickly and she's picked it up. And it's so cool because you being a card game person, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's, you learn all these facets of how to play a game. And so for me, like, I think about all these things and it's like intuitive for me. But to see her now start to pick that up, and to see her now start to do that, she's been beating me pretty badly as of late. Like, she's been crushing me. And it's like and it's like, dang, man. Like,
Yeah, it's gotta
I
be
didn't
like
know it was gonna end
bittersweet.
up like this. Yeah, 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 yeah. It is. It's really cool though, because it's like there's like a running joke in our house that it's like when we have friends over and we play board games, everyone always just like, well, Matt always wins. And then so it's like, well, I find like this is a game that's designed that was like I don't. Like, and so it's pretty neat. It's been a lot of fun.
Well, speaking of gameplay, can you break it down a little bit? I did a little breakdown, a little teaser about a month ago, but I want to hear
Yeah.
it from your mouth. Let's tell me about the game and how it's played.
Yeah, absolutely. So in Escape Land, your job is to rescue and free the rival player's trapped monsters. So each player has a set of monster cards that they'll start the game with. Monster cards have a certain escape point threshold you have to meet throughout the game. And once you reach that, you rescue them by flipping them face up. And they have a pretty game breaking effect. So it almost serves as like a comeback mechanic. So if I'm playing against you, I rescue one of your monsters, you flip that up, you get the benefit of that effect, which is pretty neat. To gain escape points, you need to have critters. Critters are what's going to be in your deck. Probably one of the coolest things about Escape Land is that there's only uh, three card types. You have basic critters, legendary critters, and then monsters. So your basic critters is how you gain your escape points during your turn. We don't have a traditional mana system. We do action points. You get up to 3 action points per turn, and you spend those points to draw cards, play basic critters, or put buffs on your critters that are already in play. And it's kind of neat not having that. Like, it's pretty funny because if you play against somebody and they go to draw a card for their turn, because that's like second nature, it's like no, 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 like you gotta like you gotta pay an action point for that. So it's pretty cool. And then the basic critters themselves, they get summoned on into play. You can only have 4 in play at a time, and that's where the legends come in, is because almost like Yu-Gi-Oh esque, you'll link critters in play by stacking them on top to summon legends, and legends have very powerful effects. And then to win the game, you just need to be the first player to rescue 3 of your rivals' trap monsters and then gain an additional 20 escape points to set them free. So, again, kind of like, I guess you can say the win conditions like pseudo like Lorcana because you're gaining points, but it is very different in that you have this like comeback mechanic with the monsters being rescued. So it's pretty neat there. And then all in all, there's no combat system, nothing like that. It's like a race, but there's a lot of interaction between between the different critters. The critters have the ability to KO other critters, exhaust other critters to stop them from gaining points. So there's a lot of points of interaction that's baked in that people it's hard to see until you actually start like sitting down and playing and you pick up context. But I'm really excited about the designs we have in the first set for sure.
That's good. I like it kind of reminds me a little bit of like original Pokemon where you get like your prizes, but you're trying to treat the prizes on your the other side rather
Yeah,
than yourself. So it's kind of a twist on that. I like that.
yeah, exactly.
I do like the not to say it's simple, but it's more simplistic, more straightforward way of playing a card game. So that is definitely something that interests me. That and of course the art, just seeing Jet Yates. So one narrowing down towards the end now. I just wanted to know a little bit about the Kickstarter. Can you give us a little bit about the website that you have now? And then I have a very specific question at the end that I think you'll like.
Okay, yeah. So the Kickstarter is going to be launching March 6th, 2026. You can find this on the Kickstarter. I imagine maybe there'll be a link down in the description of the video. But also, you can just look us up as Escape Land. Will be the first thing that pops up. We're gonna have a bunch of tiers, not a bunch, but like probably like 5 to 7 tiers, depending on what you're looking for. I really want to put an emphasis on 2 player and 4 player packages, as well as allowing some people that are into the game to collect. I know that's always a thing. There's going to be some stuff in there for those folks, and I'm really excited about our stretch goals. I think people will be really excited to see the different things we have to offer and get into their hands. So overall, really excited about the campaign, and we have more content down the pipe. I know we have this interview here. Kevin Cracks Cards just did an awesome intro video for the game itself, and then I know we are going to be working, fingers crossed, with Card Game Crypt here in the near future. So excited about that too. So there's gonna be a lot more coming. So the momentum's just building right now for sure.
I'm bummed that DPD and Kevin beat me to the punch. I was like, oh man, I thought I was gonna be the first to have you on, but that's good that you're getting getting notoriety. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Last question: why TCG? What brings you? What keeps you in this realm? I know people just come from all different styles, lifestyles, and ways of life, and we just stay in the TCG once we get in there. What kept you in this so long?
Yeah. So it's gonna be a long-winded answer, but I'll take you through it. So the first card game that I ever played when I was a kid was the Score Dragon Ball Z card game.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the first game I ever played, and I was just a young lad at the time. I was like 12 maybe or 13 about the time that game came out, and I loved playing it as a kid. And then the game ended up dying or whatever, and then years go by, and then 2014 comes, and I haven't thought about card games at all really, but then I saw that they were rebooting it. They're doing the
Mm,
Panini Dragon Ball Z card game, and I just immediately jumped back in and fell in love. And it came at a place where it's like my life wasn't necessarily the best. And I think that happens for a lot of people, is that like whether it be mental health or anything going on, card games to me have always been an outlet. I am a very high anxiety person, and being able to channel my energy into just focusing on this one thing that provides instant feedback or instant reward to you. Because
yeah.
that's the thing about card games, right? Is like you start at level 0, but you just always progress. Like
Oh,
you always get better the more you can commit to it.
sure.
So I just fell in love with that. And when the Panini Z game came out, I became obsessed with trying to be one of the best in the world, and I accomplished that. The year 2015/2016, I had an incredible run of top eights, top fours,
Nice.
earned a slot at Worlds, and then after I checked that box, I then got into content creation for the Dragon Ball Super card game after the Panini Z game died. And I was like, you know what? I want to be one of the best content creators out there. And so I spent my time doing that. And then that and then translated into design. And it was like, oh, now I'm going to start doing design stuff and working for a company with game design.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of just been this thing that's been in my life always. And it's never done me wrong, man. Never. It's never, it's like I've always gotten out of it what I put into it, and I think that's probably the most beautiful things about card games is it's whatever you put in, you always get back. So with designing this TCG and going to Kickstarter, um, to be completely honest with you, the first project I did, like I mentioned earlier, Runes of Ede, I was afraid to put it out there. Like I was afraid because it's like, you have the self-doubt, like, is
Sure.
this good or whatever. And so escape plan is me just like saying 100% all in. We're pushing everything and we're just going for it. Like I'm learning so much. I get better every single day. And it's like that same thing I just said. Everything I'm putting into it, I'm getting out of it. So it's just that drive, man, and I just keep sticking with it, and honestly, I'll be playing TCGs probably forever and doing TCG stuff probably forever just because of what I ended up talking about there. But yeah, hopefully that answered the question.
Yeah. Have you ever played the Dragon Ball Z card game, like video game? I think it was on maybe one of the handheld Nintendo
Like,
devices.
oh yeah, of course I did on Game Boy Advance, dude. The
Yeah.
Dragon Ball collectible card game. I
Um,
played that back in the day with the Trunks saga,
yeah.
the Trunks saga main personalities.
Yeah.
You had Trunks, you had Goku at the time, you had Mecha Frieza, which was always one of my favorites. King Cold was always like low key broken. I don't know why, but like King Cold in the video game was snapped. But like, no, dude, I loved that. Like,
The
yeah, I
sound
was obsessed back.
when your anger level got to the point where it was like that noise like lives rent free in my mind now.
Yeah, yeah, dude. And like it's actually funny. I have another project that's like in the back of my brain, and it's taking the main personality win condition from those games
Sure.
and like making that a game itself. Like
Okay.
and using that as like a win condition. So that's something that you'll probably see in the
With
next
the
couple of
Z
years or
sword that
so.
you got to move up the ladder to get up.
The anger sword. Yeah, man, I miss the old sword and scouter combos that you would get when you'd go to the events and stuff, like the
I still have
locals.
that
Like,
sword on my desk. Like I keep it. Like that is a core thing for.
dude, I remember when I won my first local and I got one of the t-shirts. Oh my god, dude. They was like the t-shirts were so lit. And the thing is like now, like I only wish that they did stuff like that for events that I went
Yeah.
to. And because like the shirts always had like they also had the power levels on the shirt
Yep.
too.
Yeah.
So it
I'm
was
sorry.
like came with the character. Oh my god. Such good times, man. Such nostalgia.
So, what are your end goals of with everything, basically? The TCG or just escape plans in general. Are you looking to make a video game, sometime down the line, or you just want to play it out and see how it goes? Like, what's your end game?
So to be honest, the reason for creating Escape Land and reason why using such a wide open sort of design space, because essentially, right, what I'm using is like nature and real critters and real monsters or things like that, is it's an unlimited IP that you want to use. So for me, I'm here with Escape Land until the wheels fall off. Like it could be a video game. I already have, like, based on the overview that I already created for the game, the lore, so to speak, it very much falls in line with what people would enjoy for like a JRPG or things like that. So I think people would really enjoy that aspect if we got that far. I already have set two is already mapped out and I'm
Wow.
ready.
Okay.
I already have set I already have set three only because my wife told me. She was just like, so I can give set names, right? So set two is going to be called The Great Escape, and it's going to feature, I'll just go ahead and say it now. It's going to feature dinosaurs and robots as like new critter traits to be featured. And then set three, my wife was just like, she was just like, you should do like a pet shop theme. And I was like 100%, let's do it. So like set three already, I'm going to be preparing for like more sort of a, critters that you can find at a pet shop and like stuff like that. So just trying to really dive into the IP that we're creating as much as possible, leverage it. And, if we can turn that into more, I'm all for it. But step one is definitely getting funded on Kickstarter for sure. And even if we don't, I think that we'll have a pretty good backup plan to just get product out there and start doing it, the old fashioned way. But having the community support would be awesome.
I love that you're posting every day. You post a different critter every day. You're engaging. I mean, a lot of TCGs that are out there that have, some funds that seemingly endless. They don't want to put that much effort in, and it's just like mind-boggling. But to see you every day posting on it, you're working hard at this. You obviously want to do this, and there's this Kickstarters that people have backed that, they're nameless, faceless people, and then they just run away with the
Yep.
money. And you're here, your name's here, you're putting your name on it. You've done this. You have a history of TCGs. Like it seems
Yeah.
like something that you have a long, idea, process, and goals that you want to see this. I just don't want to see people jumping in and then it's like Scamperland where the guy just like leaves like one setting.
No, man. I saw that happen, and like back when I was working on my first game, that kind of had me afraid of trying to do crowdfunding efforts just because like it had a really bad rap at the
Yeah.
time, just because of what was going on in the pandemic. Um, but no, with this, like this is like one of the loves of my life is games in general. And I have a like, look, I'll be honest, I have a really good full-time job. I work for the state of Virginia as a contractor, and I help make sure that the citizens of Virginia have Medicaid. Like, and it's a really great job, it's really rewarding, but what I'm obsessed with is TCGs, man. And I'll pick up and play anything. It's like it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't have to be competitive. It can just be casual. The way my brain like functions, it's like at its peak when I'm just like sitting down and playing a game. So, and same thing with designing. Like designing cards is like second nature. I think about it all day, every day. And the more I've gotten into this process of getting ready for Kickstarter, I've already just learned so much about the business side of things, and I'm getting better at that every day. And I've learned a lot about marketing. I've learned a lot about graphic design work, which shout out to Zilla, incredible graphic designer. Working with him has been so much fun, and he's been so helpful and even helping me improve my skills. And then of course, working with an artist like Jet, like that's unbelievable. And even now it's really cool because now it's almost like we're creating this hub where other indie artists are starting to reach out
Oh, that's cool.
and like and asking how, if they can be a part of this project, and we're trying to work with folks. And so I really would love this game to kind of just be like a creation of the community. Like this is just, we're getting all the indie powers together, we're uniting, and we're creating something really cool. And I think that will give a lot back to the space. I know I'm going on a tangent here, but even with the set's design itself, um, the meat and potatoes of the set really are contained in the common and uncommon slots. Um, in boosters. So the game's also not going to be out of reach for people. Like people aren't going to have to be rarity chasing or things like that just to be able to keep up and play. They're going to have a lot of really high quality cards no matter what packs are buy or how many they buy. So the game is definitely designed and ready for people to play it. And then yeah, of course, I mean getting people to fall in love with the IP would be awesome, and that's something we're going to continue working on as we get closer to the campaign. So, hey man, I'm excited. I appreciate you just giving me the time to do all this stuff and to talk a lot.
Oh, definitely, man. I mean, I love that we have similar, past and similar. Just,
Yeah.
I work as a caseworker in Philadelphia, so and for
Okay.
ODP, so it's similar field. So
Okay.
it's funny that we have so many similarities and stuff. So
Yeah, we do, which is awesome, man. It's hard work, as you know. It's hard work.
yeah,
It's rewarding work. We get to make a difference every single day. But I mean, but we're both fiends, though. We just want to play some games,
yeah. That's good.
read some comics and have a good time. But man, life's good. I'm just really appreciative for everything and where we are right now, and just appreciative that to this place where it's like, now we're getting to talk about the game more. So again, I appreciate you letting us use your platform for this. This is awesome.
But that's great. I'm glad I got to have you on. And if anyone has questions, I could do a follow up interview. Just put the questions in the chat, and I'll link up everything on here so you guys can see it in the description. Where to find and when to find in March the Kickstarter, and where to find the decks that are available now on the website. So all that will be in the description. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Matt, for just giving the time. And can't wait to back. This is the first Kickstarter I'll be backing in a very long time. So I'll be
Awesome.
one of the first in line. So thank you.